chasing you, been breaking records. I've been waking up, dreaming everything we do. We do. I've been on the run, and you're the one that saves me. Love is overdone. You know how to break me in two. Dancing in the dark, clouds over the stars. I'll give you the keys to steal my heart. I just wanna know ya, I just wanna know ya, I just wanna know you better. Diamonds on your face, can you leave a trace? Lucy in the sky, but give me a taste. I just wanna know ya, I just wanna know ya, I just wanna know you better. Just wanna know you better. Just wanna know you. Just wanna know you. Just wanna know you better. I've been dragging my feet slowly, sitting here waiting for you. Don't seem to wanna listen even when my heart knows the truth. It doesn't matter who's to blame, to blame, to blame. The good we had has slipped away, away. Don't wanna say it out loud, 'cause then it feels real. Don't wanna carry around this thought that could kill. You're easy to talk to, so why is it so hard to break the seal inside to heal? Don't wanna say it out loud, 'cause then it feels real. You're easy to talk to, so why is it so hard to break the seal, start to heal? Don't wanna say it out loud, 'cause then it feels real.
Hand out, she holds. It's feeling like we've been here before. We're both so broke. That's something that'll keep us afloat. Don't walk too slow. We can't keep falling deeper again. Came too close and the taste so far from pure. A rush of blood, but we search for so much more. We've all been here before. We've all been here before. We've all been here before.
All right, good evening, everyone. Hello and welcome back to USA States Cup 2021, presented by HyperX. I'm this one guy, and I'll be joined by Dada tonight for some Osu action. Hey, Dada, how's it going?
Hey guys, what's up? So, there's a little thing that we have to mention here. There's already been a match, as you can see in the recent matches tab. It was yesterday, and
Yeah, it was Thursday evening match because I don't know. That's the thing that happened.
Yeah, the result
Washington
was,
won.
Yeah, the result was quite decisive. You didn't miss much. You missed triple easy on free Manchu, that's it. And they lost. With the triple easy.
I thought they won. I thought they won that.
If it was 5-1, that was the only thing that they lost, I thought.
Huh. I don't know. I didn't look all that closely. I'm not gonna lie because it was I was busy watching the Tour de France replay at 8 p.m. or whatever time it was here, because I was not at my PC. So, but be that as it may, Washington advances onward, losers bracket round 2, and tonight we have a winners bracket match and a losers bracket match. We have Florida versus New Jersey in the winners bracket, and then afterward we have Rhode Island versus Stateless in the losers bracket. And I think Florida versus New Jersey has the reasonable potential to be a decent match. Rhode Island versus Stateless, I don't really know to expect very much out of that one because I think it's hard to say a lot of unknown players on both of those teams.
Yeah, it's two different skill levels in the matches here.
Yeah. This is kind of what we're going to see this weekend, I think, is a really big spread of skill level between the winners bracket and the losers bracket matches because the teams that lose in the first round of the winners bracket are the lower seeded teams and thus typically the relatively lower skill rosters. So
yeah. Not to say that the loser bracket matches won't be competitive. They will. Well, a lot of them will. Some of them maybe won't, but
I think there are a few of them that should be okay in terms of competitiveness. But I think just in general, the performance level that you're going to see is going to be lower in those matches, regardless of whether they're competitive or not, if that makes sense. Because you don't have teams like the Californias or Ohio or Virginia in the losers bracket, so there's just not much that's going to stack up to the top level that's going to be expected in the winners bracket. But there's stuff like Wisconsin versus Connecticut that I think should be pretty good. Iowa versus Illinois I think should be pretty good. Minnesota versus Indiana, I'm not really sure what to expect because I can't decide if Indiana overperformed versus New York or if New York underperformed versus Indiana. That's going to kind of depend. That matchup will kind of depend on which of those it was.
Yeah, but I don't know, they're both decent teams for the losers bracket we're on right now, the round. So even the kind of what you'd consider not bad, but the lowest level teams in the tournament can actually still give off a decent match for spectators because they're already struggling sometimes with the maps in the pool and the difficulty of the pool. So you might see lower average scores, but since it's loser bracket, the other team will also have a lower average score, so you have a more a more competitive match overall.
Why is this song allowed to exist? Oh my lord.
Aramachi Clover Swing Arrangement.
I love Will Stetson, but man. Yeah, I think some of these winners bracket matches this week though I think should be really good. I think Texas versus New York is probably going to be a banger. I think Arizona versus Carolina is going to be a banger. I think Ohio versus Colorado is going to be a banger. There's some very good matchups already. And then next week is going to be actually insane. The winners of those matches against each other in the quarterfinals next week, considering how relatively even a lot of the top teams appear on paper this year, we're going to start to get some really good matches really quickly. So very excited for some of the matches we're going to see this weekend and next week especially as well. But I think this week should have some fun stuff too. Oh, it's even DT. We are farming, lads. Fiery's extreme.
It's a short warm up.
How?
Nobody ever said.
Yeah. How?
Nobody ever said this was a long one.
How much PP is this?
I think with 4 mod, it's something like 500-600.
For 4 mod? No, I'm pretty sure it's got to be more than that for 4 mod. What?
Let me
Wait.
check actually.
Fiery's Harumachi.
800 for 4 mods. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. That sounds more accurate.
3 mod is 600, I think.
I see. So
Like
that was pretty quick. Thank you guys. Oops. Thank you guys for very quick warm ups. I appreciate that. Which means we're gonna get into bans instantly, and Florida is going to very quickly ban DT2. Like that was instant. What the heck?
They saw the Harumachi Clover and they were like, no 10.3 for you, no farm.
You are not allowed to have a farm 10.3, friends. With this only being the second match, not a lot to go on in terms of like what to expect out of picks and bans. But DT2 from Florida and then Hard Rock 1 from New Jersey. Really no surprise there because Florida, as it turns out, is quite good at aim and Hard Rock consistency. So that's kind of... Oops, I have the wrong screen on. That's kind of to be expected, I think. Also, I just FC'd that map today. We were talking about it the other day in the showcase, and I was like, man, I have an A rank on this from 5 years ago. I should probably fix that. I also dropped 8 100s in the last stream, so that is a thing that happens to people.
Nice. I love when the map is basically all single taps, and then it just becomes streamy at the end.
But yeah, so really basic game consistency burned out. Actually, kind of by both teams. Just for New Jersey, it was Hard Rock, and for Florida, it was 10.3 that they were banning out. Both banning out consistency.
It's a little bit more complex.
Yeah.
Like that map has a couple of bursts and like actual DT patterns instead of just, aim training.
Well, we're gonna find out here what the first pick from Team NJ.
What if New Jersey just picks no mod 1?
That Waoud.
Waoud be so the Maul.
I think I used to know a guy named Waoud. There are a lot of there are a lot of Middle Eastern students in my high school.
Waoud.
Not with the L, but
Waoud.
Waoud, yeah, exactly. New Jersey gonna pick speed. Yeah, DT3. Pretty quick first pick. I'm gonna say Sawada's probably here today, or they would not pick that.
He was literally in chat.
Yeah. So it is going to be Tag, Heartbeat Remix, Patchouli difficulty as the first pick of the match to start off for NJ. Oops, there we go. This is oops, wrong time. There we go. This is going to be 255 BPM, just a minute 55 seconds, 9.67, but it is bursty. Is a quick little bursty map.
Let's see if anybody employs the double tap method.
D-tap. D-tappers. Any D-tappers in the chat? I think
I don't think anybody does.
Yeah, I think
match.
I think everyone here can play this more or less competently. I'm not really that super concerned.
I'm not too familiar with SXL or Sexel, I guess.
I'm gonna go with SXL. I don't know how his name is intended to be pronounced, but I'm gonna go with SXL.
I'm not too familiar with him, but he did play the DTs in the last match that New Jersey played. So.
I think I need to close all these tabs because DT. I think like if you're New Jersey, you're just picking this because Sawada exists and then hoping that Florida can't match it. But the problem is Florida has really good early stage players. Like from what I've heard, Almighty Door is actually surprisingly good at DT and speed. Xark and Digital Hypno obviously have played like every tournament ever, so they're more than experienced with this sort of stuff. So it's going to be very interesting to see how they manage. But that first pick does come out from SXL, and Florida's still rolling with Xark on the SS and the other two FCs. So I had to say it.
You haven't considered Xark speed.
Xark speed, true. All right, well, this is going to be pretty close then. Door and Habib, both on the FCs. Dine and Sawada likewise, matching. Accuracy advantage actually to Florida still, though. Both over 98.5, while New Jersey's are at 98 and 97 on the FCs. I think Xark is holding off SXL because of the accuracy lead as well. It's like going on 3% active, so Xark is still ahead of SXL, which means Florida is just active This is literally just active.
Yeah, but SXL has a little
Nope.
bit more combo.
SXL has a lot more combo now, actually.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's like flippable right there because of that miss from Exarch. Unless Tawada or Dine misses, this is New Jersey on the comeback trail because they're about to take over the lead very close to the end. Okay, well, good job to New Jersey. They're going to pull out the double FC, and it looks like, and SXL just going to be outscoring Exarch by enough to make up the accuracy difference. And Exarch speed, unfortunately, is the undoing of Florida. That's tragic. Because his accuracy was so good. He had tied best accuracy in the lobby, but he 2-missed, and he got 630K.
It wasn't the question of Exarch speed. It was the question of Exarch aim. He would have won the Speed Cup match.
That's true. Exarch just playing 3-dimensional chess. Prepping for Speed Cup 4? Speed Cup 2022? Is that even going to happen? There's no chance, right?
I don't know.
Well, good job to New Jersey as they take a 1-0 lead on their first pick. But I'm going to say, like, if that's Jersey's best, like, opening pick and it was that close, we'll see what happens the rest of the way, though. A lot of match to come. Hidden one. Oh.
In theory. Okay. Just immediate hidden one.
Florida hidden abusers. That's actually, I think, really good in New Jersey.
Yeah.
I don't.
For New Jersey, I still think they have Nomad 2 and maybe like Fremont 3, and then they're like struggling for picks because their other speed pick got banned. For Florida, I just think they're a slightly more rounded team. By slightly, I mean like, considerably.
Yeah, a lot. Florida is a super well-rounded roster at this point. They have pretty much I think they're just set for like any skill set, right? So New Jersey, it's gonna be basically just crucial for New Jersey to win all of their own picks because I don't know what they get a break point on necessarily, unless Florida just underperforms on something. Ooh, ASMR, that whispering. Oh no, I didn't notice this during the showcase. My ears do not like that.
What do you mean you don't like that?
The whispering, I hate ASMR. It makes me like it makes me shiver in a really bad way. Like it's physically uncomfortable.
Come on.
Sorry, man.
I'm literally on the exact opposite spectrum.
That's okay.
Like, I love ASMR. I sleep to it every day, pretty much.
Yeah, nope, ain't me, Chief. Anyway, Door, Digital Hypno, and Fleslin for Florida. Water, SXL, and No Name for New Jersey. I forgot No Name like existed. I don't think he played last week at all. That dude
He did.
That dude is a pretty well-rounded gamer, actually. I could see him performing pretty well in this pick. But I think Florida's like 3-man for this is just stronger overall.
I don't think No Name is the problem in this pick.
No, I don't think he's the problem.
I think it just in general, it's just their other two players might not be too keen on the hidden mod. Especially the one that just played speed at a higher AR might be a little...
Yeah, this is a big switch up for somebody who was just in for... I mean, it was 9.67, so it's not like it was a 10.3 pick or anything, but it's gone from 255 BPM down by like 100, and it's a completely different style of map rhythmically as well, so it's a big switch up. I mean, obviously, I think we expect most of these players to be able to make those changes from one map to the next just because of, you know, experience in doing so, but I don't know how many tournaments SXL has played. Clearly, you know, he's starting off fine, but there's a lot of map here. It's a very long pick. So, ugh, my body is just uncomfortable from that whispering dude. Anyway, Everybody doing fine in the early goings. Water's act a little bit questionable though, unfortunately.
The first half of this map is a little bit more chill than the second half.
Yeah.
So I really just. Oh,
That's water with the first break. And No Name following right up on that little 1/3 triple thing. Okay. That's rough for New Jersey, down 2 of their FCs within 50 combo of each other. Boy, right before halfway as well. That's a lot of combo to be down versus a team that's still 3-weighing. SXL, by the way, the only player who remained in from last pick for this one, is the only one still holding onto an FC, so
very
props
impressive.
to him, yeah.
Yeah.
He's the only one that didn't FC on the previous map as well. Oh, first pick from Florida is going to be Fleslin. Maybe a little under aim, that was kind of strange. Florida's still in an alright
Like you
spot,
forgot
though.
to tap.
Yeah, maybe so. Oh, there goes water again. Unfortunately, that's a bad place to combo reset. Still a third to go, but this lead is growing out to 300k. And there goes all of New Jersey. In fact, SXL and No Name both missing on the same pattern. Well, Florida's kind of got this one in the bag now. I mean, yeah, there's still a third of the map to go, but there's literally no combo in New Jersey whatsoever. So, not a good situation to be in for them.
Yeah, I'd say this pick was confirmed to be pretty good.
Does Florida have an Air 8 hidden lineup? Because I'm pretty sure they just pick hidden 2 if so.
Dor, Habib, and
Probably Fleslin, I guess. I don't know.
I would think-
Cappy doesn't play Air 8. Exarch doesn't
I think
prefer to play Air 8.
Exarch, I thought.
It could be Exarch, I guess, yeah. All that's left now is kind of to see how big this victory ends up being, because it is 700k at this point for Florida, so obviously the outcome no longer in doubt at all. Digital Hypno on some really good AC also, 99.51. Pretty expected from him. Always a high AC player. Almighty Door also on the 99 AC FC train, so seen a couple of very solid plays here. Oh man, that was bad timing, but all right. Well done to Florida, winning that one by over 1 million points. A near double FC from Digital Hypno and Almighty Door. Best score 608k for New Jersey, not the greatest. That was a slider break for Door as well. You hate to see it, man. But be that as it may.
He just missed 100 slider ends. It's okay.
Yeah, actually true. Exactly 100 slider ends. Are there even that many slider ends in that map? Probably. There's a lot of sliders, yeah. Is there? Oh, nope, there's not. Don't look at. Just, I'm not gonna normalize not seeing it, you know? That's gonna be my new campaign. Just normalize not seeing it, because this meme has gone too freaking far, dude. So on to the next pick we go, New Jersey's second pick. Both teams winning their first pick, but Florida much more comfortably than New Jersey, so let's hope New Jersey's got a good second pick to follow it up. You know, going the speed route, I don't know that DT1's going to be a comfort pick for them the way DT3 was here.
No.
So
I think Nomad 2
Nomad
would be
2
the
maybe, yeah.
next best pick. Nomad 5 here, surely.
Yep, definitely going to go the full
The
slider aim.
speed map.
The speed map. I want Nomad 5 just because of the song, but like, I don't think it's a good pick for New Jersey in this matchup. Can we get a pick so that I can change, so we can change the song, so I can stop having to hear the whispering though, please? I'm sorry to harp on it. It's just every time I hear it, my whole like.
There's okay.
Whoa, they're picking hidden too.
Oh, what?
Excuse me? New Jersey's picking Hidden 2. I'm so confused and at the same time surprised by this.
Okay, we're gonna put Sawada in the lineup. We're gonna put Dine for the Hidden, yeah, and we're gonna put someone.
I mean, it's not like it's a hard Hidden 2, but
Okay.
Alright.
Do not say anything about the difficulty of this Hidden Shoe. I've been known to not like comments on the difficulty of my Hidden Shoes previously. But this is a weird pick. It goes against everything we kind of predicted. It goes against the kind of stereotype we have for their team, which is kind of like a speed abuse, more like mechanics-based team. And they just lost on a Hidden. Granted, it was a higher AR Hidden at AR 9.4, but
They have No Name and Jace and Water. I don't know. New Jersey knows something we don't, and they're going to come in and three-way this. That's my prediction. And Florida is going to just troll, I guess. I don't know. I mean,
I have no idea.
I didn't expect this pick, so I already am going to say New Jersey knows something I don't, but No Name instantly breaking in the first 100 combo is not the greatest harbinger for what's to come.
Yeah.
Because that was like not a... That was kind of a weird spot to break, I guess. I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's
That
not
kind
a
of miss,
long map, though.
And the accuracy that he's getting is kind of symptomatic of someone that's not comfortable at this AR and this density.
Yeah, that miss as well. Like, you have to have, like, a certain amount of solid cursor control to play, like, low AR, low BPM, kind of snappy aim hidden. And I don't know if that's necessarily there for some of these patterns for him. So we'll see what happens, but halfway through here, Florida firmly in the lead by 100 and almost 180k because they have a triple FC, and No Name is struggling a little bit. That being said, Water and Jace are still on the FCs with pretty solid accuracy, so technically comebackable if Florida has some issues with the second half of the map, but I don't remember that this one really ever gets all that much harder.
The second half is a bit harder. It gets a little bit more snappy in terms of like the movement between patterns. So you can definitely miss-aim here and there.
Well, we'll find out, but No Name's like getting fill player syndrome here, where you're somebody who's maybe not the most comfortable with hidden, but your team needs a third for the map, and you have the best third score on the spreadsheet for your team, so you just end up going in and telling your teammates, I'm gonna do my best to please try to make up the difference if I troll. And they are, like, Water and Jace are both FCing, but Florida is three-way, so unfortunately it's at this point not going to be enough. But with 500k, I don't think there's actually time left. There is no but there. I think it doesn't matter now.
Yeah,
And there's a late break from Jace as well. Yep. I think this was a pretty brutal mispick from New Jersey. I like I said, I mean, they know what scores they get on this in practice, so far be it from me to try to guess at what their thought process was, but I don't think against Florida, AR8 Hidden, especially in an early round, is really a great roster. If you're not is a great option. If you're not a roster that has really, really consistent AR8 Hidden players.
Yeah, I don't really understand this pick, especially it being like a little bit easier than most of the picks. It's kind of hard to justify it. If it was like, okay, here's a pick that, you know, we can just kind of coin flip, then yeah, maybe it's justified, but not right now.
Yeah.
Right now, you want to keep the momentum. You want to keep getting your picks and picking what your team is best at, and then later on, you can go into the coin flips and then try to just sneak out a point or two. This one, this early on, I'm a little bit unsure of.
Yeah, I definitely think, like, if that was a pick that they felt good on with Water and Jace, they could have saved it for, like, a last pick if they didn't have anything left, but yeah, I don't know this early. Also, I should mention that the entire team of Florida had fewer combined 100s than either Water or No Name on their own on that last pick. Like, that just says something about Florida's comfort level on that map, so I don't know, but Florida's going to go with the weirdest map in the pool. The absolute most uncomfortable pick here, Fremod 2. Revenge Desire, DJ Smalls, Sugaru, Japan.
It's very, well, This is the most similar map in the pool to the map that they just played, which was picked by their enemy. So, like, they just had a 3-way FC on a dense AR8. Now let's have, you know, another low AR, older style map. Let's try to get the point again. They basically just gave up the information that, you know, they don't have 3 players for this kind of map, so No Name will definitely hard rock this one, I assume.
Yeah, I think it's a little more possible to be a little more comfortable with this one because it's, you know, free mod instead of hidden, so you do get somebody on Hard Rock. Water is still playing the previous map. Let's try to fix that.
Okay, he's no modding actually. So.
No mod CS5 AR8. After the amount of trouble he was having, I really thought he would go approach rate increasing mod. But
no mod is different enough. Like, especially if your problem is snapping. Snapping on HD and like kind of keeping a mental buffer of where the notes are is a lot different with hidden on low AR than it is with no mod.
Also, gonna throw out there, we are seeing easy on Almighty Door, and so a little mental math by the end of this one. Exarch with the early break trading with No Name. So it's a small lead for New Jersey, but not going to really be able to say anything, you know, depending on what the score does, I guess. And it's going to be difficult to say anything until the end when we get to multiply.
As with a lot of the maps in this pool, I feel like the second half of this map is definitely harder than the first half because it has a couple of the more strange finger controlling patterns.
Okay, this is getting really interesting because Jace missed, which opened the door for Florida, but then Digital Hypno instantly missed right after. Almighty Door, though, still on an SS. Exarch with a big combo and No Name breaking. I think that just gives it to Florida unless they completely die in the last 2 seconds. Water is holding the FC, so he is like a really solid low air hidden player, I guess. But Almighty Door actually a big difference maker here, and Exarch as well with a really solid hard rock play, and that's going to be an SS from Door. So there are no easy prodigies, but
Shush.
That was pretty sick. So that's going to be point to Florida. I know the score obviously from him is going to be doubled, so Florida ends up winning that by like 400k.
Okay, so imagine the size of your E-Peen when you're the new guy on the block, first USC, basically you're the revelation of Florida. Nobody's kind of heard of you in tournaments until you kind of signed up for this one, and then later on for YSC and beat some of the good players. But you just say to your team, hey, I'm taking easy on this like really weird free mod map, and they let you, and you replace the no mod and you just double S and you put your dick on the table and you're like, yep, that's what I'm all about.
That's a pretty sick moment for sure. Like, Almighty Door just kind of announced his presence recently enough, and coming in doing stuff like that is let's go with impressive, because I don't know what other word to use at that point. That's a strong showing once again. This is a tough spot now for Jersey. Down 3-1 early on. Lost their, what I can only assume can really be thought of as like a pocket pick AR8 hidden.
Yeah, that's like, I'm still struggling to justify that pick, because if anything, you kind of expect Florida to hidden abuse you again and pick the hidden shoot, but I'm not sure why they would. Oh, Jesus.
Man. I forgot to also save local recording, so this remind me to highlight this instantly, because this actually gets muted on YouTube. I don't know if it gets muted on Twitch, but it gets muted on YouTube to the point where you have to like remove the audio. It's not just the no monetization. But we were talking about like this one not being as favored to New Jersey as DT3 was, because this one is a little more of a consistency aim map than it is. Yeah, it's not a speed map like DT3 was. This one is, I mean, it's another 9.67. It's only 210 BPM, so I'm not really sure. I mean, I feel like you basically just have to get multiple FCs on this for any team if you want to win it. So hopefully the consistency holds up for New Jersey, but it's not a skill set that I think is like objectively favored to them or anything.
Here's what I think is weird again with New Jersey's picking strategy. They picked a map that was probably like enemy team favored and that the other team was probably going to pick. And they banned Hard Rock 1, which is a high AR, comfortable map with not much 1-4, and now they're picking a high AR, comfortable map with not much 1-4 that's also an A map, much like Hard Rock 1, which they banned. So I'm a little confused.
I mean, this one does have sections like that intro where there's a lot of the 5-note bursts and triples and stuff, whereas Hard Rock 1, it has like 2 5-note bursts in the entire map until you get to the like last quarter where there's 2 streams. But still, this might just be like a comfortable pick, like in the sense that it's maybe a little coin flippy because it's a consistency map, but it's less coin flippy than a niche, type of map like the Hidden 2 was. It's a different sort of coin flip, I guess, where you're just like, banking on everyone FCing rather than like expecting a couple people to probably miss somewhere or other. And the first break is going to be on Dying. That's not good, because that's exactly halfway through, and we know what that means. Meanwhile, Florida, hard chillin'.
Florida needs to double miss before like the last quarter of the map.
Yeah, Florida just feels like a team that isn't going to randomly miss very much. Like, it's relatively rare, especially in early rounds, to see many breaks from them. I don't know. They're just one of those teams that excels in these early stage pools most of the time. Still not a single miss. They are just casually 3-waying this. And there goes SXL, which ends the map. Good job, Florida, on your 4-1 lead.
Yeah, again, it's a pick that New Jersey makes that they kind of have a decent roster or skill.
Yeah, it's not going to affect the outcome, but that is going to stop them from having a 3-way, which is unfortunate for Florida.
Yeah, but it's almost the same now that now that skill has broken. It's kind of a broken parallel, but another pick that New Jersey has a decent roster on, that they maybe have some chances, and they just don't have the consistency, or they don't have the 3 players to really be comfortable on, and Florida just has more men.
BRB deleting that. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the story of this match, is that Florida just has people and New Jersey doesn't always have people.
Well, let's check.
Why is my... There we go. It's like not changing. So...
Population of Florida is about 18.8 million people. 10 million fewer people live in New Jersey. So yes, they do have
Florida has more people. I don't know what pick I would have considered more optimal for New Jersey. Maybe Nomad 2, I guess.
I've said it before, I think. Nomad 2, Fremont 3. Maybe if you're like super risking it, you can try Hard Rock 2. But I just don't. I kind of feel New Jersey's outclassed in this match.
Yeah, for sure. This was always going to be a tough one. And we're going to get Fremont 1 out of Florida, looking to close things out quickly here.
Okay.
I like this pick. I think Fremont's a good option for this this matchup for Florida. CS 3.4 AR9, but it's a little bit uncomfortable. You got to have your hidden flow aim, which Cappy He actually
Hidden
Cappy's gonna be
flowing.
Nomad. Digital Hypno. He's gonna be the Nomad. Digital Hypno will be Hidden and Skill will be Hard Rock. But
Yeah, I think Cappy Nomad scored rock, or maybe HCHR if he's big balling, and then Digital Hypno just with the solid hidden mod.
yeah.
But this map is tricky, first of all, because of the perfect stacks, and because of the kind of tricky rhythm sometimes. So it's a little bit tricky to act with hard rock regardless. So in like every section, and with hidden, you will find that the second half, when it breaks into basically this long flowing stream that stops every now and then for perfect stacks, is a little bit annoying to like time correctly. So you might have a shit missy moment where you just fall off the stream on that point, and then you no lock out of like the rest of the stream until it gets to another perfect stack. And it's kind of a chain missing map in that sort of aspect.
Yeah, I think we pointed that out like as early as the showcase was if you don't have really good cursor control for the way the streams are designed, you can easily have some trouble on them with any mod really, but it's like hidden because hidden flow aim is hard rock because the spacing can be kind of tricky. So we'll have to see. We are getting the expected mods from Florida. Skill hard rock, digital no hidden, Cappy no mod. New Jersey rolling with hidden on water, hard rock on Jace, and no name the no mod player again.
Yeah, they're same mods as free mod shoot.
Very different sort of map, and Digital Hypno instantly finding a very early break on hidden, but okay. Did he not practice the perfect stacks? I feel like he may not have practiced that.
He might have forgotten that the start also has perfect stacks, so that's like kind of a side recheck. If you know the rhythm is very intuitive, but if you're like a little bit underprepared, or if you just forget, that happens sometimes, you might be taken aback a little bit.
Florida being saved by their accuracy here. Water at 92% and Jace at 95 versus 99, 97, 99.
Another thing that I think is relevant here is that a lot of hidden players for the less rounded teams, they aren't really the most proficient at streaming. So for you to have a player that's like good enough at reading to read this map and properly tap it as well and flow aim, it's hard. And water breaking kind of just shows that off.
Yeah, he had a little trouble. I think he misread like the notes on those slider ends. It is going to be a break from skill, which leaves this kind of open still, actually, depending on what happens in the last third of the map. But Digital Hypno and Cappy both going strong still, matching No Name and Jace just about. Digital Hypno is a bit behind the others, but Water just chain missed. There goes that. That's how what happens on those streams. It's very easy to do that. Digital Hypno suffering from accuracy a little bit. Oh, he does drop at the end, but it's not going to be enough. This, it's a double FC from New Jersey. Oh, never mind. Jace. Wait, would that have...
That might have changed the outcome.
If he hit that... It's only 15 notes, though. I don't know if that's enough combo to have...
It's probably not enough.
I don't think... Yeah, that's not 60... That's not like 70k score, so it would not have... I'm 99% sure it wouldn't have affected the outcome. I mean, it would have been like... It would have been very, very close at the end, but yeah, it wouldn't have been enough. Cappy's Nomad FC really doing work there for Florida, and Digital Hypno like just putting up a better score than the opposing hidden player by a pretty big margin was very important. It's interesting because like New Jersey had the better combination of two players with No Name and Jace, but unfortunately, just not having, like you said, like some people, if you're a hidden fill player, you might just have trouble with that sort of thing. And that was what made the difference, was Water struggling and Florida having more rounded players. And so they take the map, and with it, they take the match by a very clean 5-1 score. New Jersey opened up on the DT and looked pretty solid, but it was just not going to be able to be maintained because Florida is way too well-rounded, and that's going to do it for that. Good job to them.
That's game, set, and match. Florida is showing a very dominant display, and Will Stetson is he's begging in brackets through texts for you to highlight the VOD. So
I'm gonna do it after. I'm not going offline in between matches, so it should be fine.
Okay.
I think it should be fine, right? As long as I'm still on, like, the stream is still online. It just has to be before you go offline. Unless that's mistaken, in which case I'll do it right now. But yeah, so I'm gonna I guess I can do it in between, so we'll have a couple minutes. But yeah, so Florida actually, like, not gonna lie, Florida got a really easy quarter of the bracket. With Wisconsin, compared to some of the other quarters they could have been in, like their route to semifinals is Wisconsin, New Jersey, and then the winner of Arizona versus Carolina. So like they escape the California teams, they escape Massachusetts, they escape Virginia, they escape Ohio. Like they don't have any of those teams until semis.
Okay,
so,
that is fair, but I do think you're underestimating probably Carolina a little bit, and they do have to face Ohio or South Carolina.
in the semis. Yeah. I must expect
South California.
Sorry. I know we all do that nonstop. It's really funny. Yeah, they'll have. I'm guessing it's going to be Ohio. I think Ohio beats SoCal, but that is going to be a really good match next week. I'm assuming Ohio beats Colorado and SoCal beats Pennsylvania, because I think those are kind of foregone conclusions. But that semifinal is really intriguing. Both, I mean, obviously, like we were saying, both will be. But I think Florida was in like a really good spot here, bracket-wise. They got a nice quarter.
Can't believe Digital Hypno deranked his seed to get an easier bracket.
Yeah, they're the 2 seed, D-rankers, SMH. New Jersey falls down to losers bracket. They'll get the winner of Oklahoma versus Hawaii next week, so that's a really winnable matchup. And then they'll get Washington, or I'm not sure who. I'd have to open the real bracket because you can't really tell what connects based on this, but that New Jersey could win like a couple matches in losers bracket depending on how the pool suits them next week. But
I mean, a lot of teams are kind of primed to make loser bracket runs that go out early, especially if it's a little bit more of a competitive match. Like New Jersey had a chance. If they could have maybe gotten 3 or 4 points, I think it's reasonable to assume that if Florida wasn't playing their best and New Jersey had a little bit more coherent of a pick strategy, maybe they could have made this match a lot closer than it looks. But
yeah, I think it was really suboptimal picks from New Jersey there. I think Hidden 2, I just can't understand the logic behind that when they had Nomad 2 available to them. I think that would have been what I would go with for the second pick, and then not even picking it with their third pick and going into a DT that was just a consistent aim pick. I think New Jersey could have put themselves in a better position for possible success, like regardless of what actually ended up happening. But unfortunately,
just realized something.
What's that?
We have the flags for the states, right?
Mm-hmm.
So West Virginia just got eliminated, right? You can see their flag on the recent matches.
Yeah.
Virginia has half of the West Virginia flag because their teams were together. Like before,
that's actually that's not supposed to be like that. I'm not sure why that's like that. It should be like Virginia and like the Washington D.C. I don't know if they have a flag. That is weird. It should just actually. I'll get a plain Virginia flag to replace that with at some point. I didn't even think about that. I had Chillier who did graphics do the flags as well, so he just kind of sent me that, and I didn't really think much of it.
I just noticed that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah well. So it goes.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's not
stateless is also the United States.
Stateless is just the United States flag because I don't know what else you would do realistically.
Puerto Rico.
Yeah. Just combine the flag of every state that's
every
represented
territory.
on state and combine the flags of every state and territory that's represented on stateless, which is like, geez, I don't even remember now.
Hold on.
I'd have to look up all the players in the sign-up sheet. It's been a while. Didn't Carolina versus Arizona get rescheduled to 18th? Tomorrow is the 8th. There's a 7th. Not to my knowledge.
No, tomorrow's 17th.
Tomorrow's 17th. I don't think so. It's it's Sunday. No, that is Sunday because this is in UTC. So tomorrow means Sunday in UTC. I got really confused there for a second until I realized what this dude was looking at. Any of the matches that say tomorrow are Sunday in UTC. So the only matches that are actually, well, there's Florida versus New Jersey and Rhode Island versus stateless that are today in North American time zones. And then Texas versus New York, Minnesota versus Indiana, Oklahoma versus Hawaii are Saturday in North America time zones. And then everything else is Sunday or Monday because I don't know why.
Monday matches.
There's 3 Monday matches, and 2 of them are winners bracket. So that's gonna be actually a pretty long stream because there's 2 winners bracket matches back to back on Monday night, and then the map will showcase, like, just all in a row. That's gonna be quite the Monday night for us all.
Yeah, it's just like Monday Night Football, except it's 3 matches instead of 1, and there's a showcase after.
So it's not like Monday Night Football at all.
It's strictly in like the Monday night slot, I guess.
You're really reaching on that one, my dude.
I know.
You're really reaching on that one. I don't know.
Can we scroll over to the map sheet? Is that a thing?
No, he's making shit up. That's literally wrong.
All 50 states? No, not every state has a big enough contingent of OSU players. So some states are combined, some states all go into stateless because they just don't have enough players, so we kind of fuse them together to give them a team. So there were 34, right? 34 teams? So there's 33 states and stateless.
This is what he means. Okay, the match on the stream, not in the showcase.
Yeah, no, that's true.
So it's just the ID is wrong on the thing on the stream. That's just because there's like a... Wait, this is the same map ID. What?
What?
I'm so confused. The map ID was the same that I just put in, but it's a different map now.
Let me clip.
You can't tell because it's not visible on stream because the stream's... Oh wait, it is visible on stream. Oh god.
It is visible
I thought
on
I switched.
stream.
I thought I switched the scene. Fuck. I thought I switched back to the scene. Okay. Well, that's really confusing because I'm pretty sure I put in the same map ID, but maybe somebody who's watching closer to me than me knows what happened. But I'm pretty sure that ID is the same as the one that was already there.
It's not the same.
What the fuck?
There's a switch digit somewhere.
Alright, well, anyway. Yeah, it's
The
obviously
8 and the
not
5.
whatever the fuck that map was, so it's fine. I thought he was talking about the showcase, and I'm like, what is he talking about? Alright, well, anyway, that's fixed, because that's like a literal 2-second fix. Yes, we have Rhode Island versus Stateless next, which I'm pretty sure Stateless just kind of wins, I think. I don't know if I know any players from Rhode Island. I'm gonna have to go look it up, and I'm gonna update the stream title first. What are the seeds for this? Hang on, I have to see the seeds for this. What are the seeds for this? 27 versus 22. Okay. The Washington flag is transparent because it's green and there's a chroma key. I'm sure you've heard me explain this before.
The Rhode Island team is a Dogacado, C1EM, I assume that's pronounced Clem.
That's how I said it last
Crunchy
week.
Tooth, Dash Aiden on Osu Dash, and My Angel Corone.
Yeah, I've never heard of any of them. Sorry. Sorry. Yeah, I don't know how I would actually fix this thing with the Washington flag, because you have to have the chroma key to properly display laser client. It's a green chroma key, and it just happens to be the same green as the Washington flag.
I can ask the OWC people how they got around that.
They might have
And stuff.
they might use a different scene with a different source for the laser client for anything that isn't gameplay. I could technically do that, but I don't want to. No, I could do that. I don't think it would take that long. I would just have to. The problem is you can't just duplicate a source. I'd have to like remake the source, which I think is a weird limitation of OBS to have. Like, you can't just copy paste the source. It references the previous one, so any changes you make to it change the original as well, as far as I'm aware, unless there's a way of doing that I don't know about. But I googled it and did not find a way of doing that I didn't know about.
Yeah, RME fan has a point in chat. We could just make the Pride Month Washington flag and just replace the green with rainbow.
I would have to ask if they are okay with that.
Yeah, I'll ask the state of Washington, and they'll get back to you in like 2 to 4 business
2 to
weeks.
4 business week. Oh, weeks? Okay. That's a long time, man. That's a long time. See here. So what are team intro? I realized I could click team intro because laser exists, and I just didn't do it. I think Stateless just wins on the back of Pincus and Unexpected, like, regardless of anything else. I'm pretty sure something else is wrong here. That's interesting. Rhode Island has a missing player. Okay. Yeah, what the hell is that? I copy and pasted these IDs. I don't know how that would have happened. Wait a sec. You scroll the way down here to where Rhode Island is. Because those are actually just copy-pasted IDs. Like, I didn't type those manually. Okay.
I'm surprised.
Let me
The
check
fact that his
fourth
name,
player.
or the person's name is Old One, means that there's been 2 people who've name changed to Kunya.
Queen Wong? I don't know. I apologize for not being able to speak Vietnamese. I don't know how that's pronounced. Okay, Rhode Island. That is supposed to be Aiden Onosu. Oh, I know what happened. Oh my god, I hate. Okay, so the way the laser client works is when you are editing teams or maps, it auto-populates the user ID field with a 1. I don't know why. So if you just click the field and Control V, it's then 1 plus whatever your ID is. So you have to like triple click actually, because you have to click once to get into the laser client window, and then you have to double click to highlight the existing thing that's there. There's a lot of things that I don't quite understand about the way the laser client functions, in all honesty, and that's one of the many. But I have to restart this to get it to work now, probably, because laser client, just laser client things, man. Oh, West Virginia is also missing 2 of their players, but it doesn't really matter because they're eliminated at this point anyway, so whatever.
Yeah, West Virginia has been killed.
West
Washington
Virginia
killed them.
They're the 3rd team to get eliminated, I guess, technically, because 2 teams were eliminated in play-ins.
I mean, do you count the first 4 teams that don't make it into the tournament eliminated?
Yeah, sure, they had a team, so I mean, strictly speaking, right?
I mean, then everyone that didn't make the tournament didn't get an invite to first 4 is also eliminated, right?
No, if you don't have a team, you can't get eliminated in the first place. If you have a team and you're in the tournament, that's the point at which you can then, exist to be eliminated, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense, but I think it does.
That kind of makes sense. They're the first, open parentheses, 3rd, close parentheses, team to be eliminated. Yeah, Alaska is undefeated in USC.
So is Team Wyoming.
Yeah.
So is Team Idaho. Teams North and South Dakota. Let's see who else. Team Nebraska,
Team Maine.
Team Maine, Team Vermont, Team New Hampshire, Team New Mexico, Team Mississippi, teams Mississippi, Arkansas, Alabama, just straight across the South.
Alabama hasn't had a team?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Yeah. Washington D.C.
Well,
Washington D.C. is not undefeated because they fused together.
Yeah, that's like
Virginia.
That's like part of Virginia. So, which technically, I was told by Chili Repair, who does live. Yes, we know. Were you not here like 2 minutes ago when we talked about that exact thing? Anyway. I've been told by Chili Repair, who does live on the East Coast, that technically Washington D.C., if you wanted to be geographically accurate, should be part of Maryland. Yeah, which I've never thought about because it's just always been Virginia D.C. since before I started hosting this tournament. It was just always Virginia Washington D.C. from like 2017 onwards, so I have never changed it. And I'm pretty sure they're just all from Virginia anyway, so it actually doesn't matter. Which is why
if anybody lives in Washington D.C. and feels misrepresented by being fused with Virginia, please contact the state of Virginia and tell them, Ligma.
Or they could contact, I don't know, Minwoo, because I think he was probably the one who decided that back in 2017.
Karen was hosting.
Well,
2017.
No, 2017 was the first iteration, wasn't that before her?
No, 2016 was the first iteration.
No, this is the fifth. This is the fifth iteration. 2016 was the one that like flamed out. I'm pretty sure.
Was it?
Yeah, I'm fairly sure. Was there ever a Virginia team with a West Virginia player? I don't actually know. I'd have to look at signups from previous years to see if any of the Virginia players from past years were from West Virginia. I'm not positive. I don't think there was a USC in 2016. If there was, it was like a Super Scuffed and/or.
Let me check the. I remember the.
There's nothing in
there's USC.
There's nothing in the server from 2016.
I remember the pools from the first USC. I want to see if they're the pools from 2017 or 2018.
Because 2017 was the year. Was 2017 was the year that there was like the SoCal versus NorCal Grand Finals that was at like 6 UTC or something ridiculous like that, and it finished at like 3 a.m. That was
2017 was the first one.
Yeah. That's why everything for this year has been has had the V in it, because it's the fifth iteration of the tournament. Chillier and I sorted these things out. So yeah, this is the fifth one. Yeah, I think we are about ready to get going here. They're arranging themselves in the lobby for warm-ups, I believe, so we should be getting started here soon with the next match.